what do you know, what do you say, what do you do, my YouTube viewers? Retro Pro Frank with the 5th installment of this Bartop arcade. We're going to be taking a look at the rear end of this thing. So, yeah, not much really was done too much to this off camera, except I did add a power supply there internally. Okay, so, yeah, that should be enough to power everything for the Bartop here. Okay, so I haven't finished this off, so we can do that right now together. So yeah, so all it is a nice cord. Alright, and it's going to these loose 3 leads here. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be adding one of these. So those 3 loose cords here are going to be soldered directly to this guy here for the power. Okay, so when this door over here is closed, you're only going to see this mounted on the other side with 2 screws, okay? So that means that you can use any kind of computer power supply cable, okay, from the outside. It's going to give it a very clean effect, okay? And when you do it like that, if you're ever transporting it, you don't have a cord dangling around or anything, okay? So here's a nice shot of the inside here too, okay? So yeah, so I'm going to have to drill a hole somewhere over here, and excuse the lighting, I know it's not the greatest. I have one of these crappy lights so you guys can see in here really good. It is daytime, but... Okay, so we're going to install this first, okay, and let's check the power with the voltmeter there and make sure everything's okay, and we'll keep moving forward. Alright, boys and girls. Okay, so we got it. Hole's a little bit shoddy on that side, but you're not going to see the inside. The outside looks pretty good. I'm just going to touch it up with a little bit of silicone, some paintable silicone, but when it's done, you won't even tell that it would look like one piece. So, yeah, so that was fun. I was actually using a Dremel bit on my actual drill, and it was a little bit hard to control, but yeah, at least we got it in. That worked. Okay, so that part's done there. Now all we got to do is solder our leads. Is this guy right here. So green is the ground, obviously, and then you got your white and your black. Okay, those are going to be soldered. Then I'm going to go over it with some of this. This is shrink heat tubing. Okay, so this shrinks over the wire, and it assures that it's not going to come free as long as you don't pull on it. Okay, so we're going to prep these and get these ready for the shrink tubing. Okay, boys and girls, she's finally soldered. Now I left a little bit of slack there to open and close the door. I might tack this down up here on this side or something like that, so you know there's no strain, but it is safe. These are very strong, they're not pulling off. Okay, you can see that. The heat shrink is just an extra added safety precaution, guys. When you're dealing with electrical, you want to know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, just like run an extension cord right in with a power a power block, like something like that. Just run like one of those in with something like that. Okay guys, you don't have to go to this extreme. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing here. So now you can plug in a regular computer power supply into this hole, into the socket. This socket is going to feed all the way up and then supply power for 4 different items. Yeah, baby. Sorry about the lighting. Alright, so there's the guy there. We got one of these adapters here. Let's throw that in. Nice and tight. Okay. Take the other end. Sorry about this sloppy camera, guys. I warned you. Take the other end, and we're going to throw it in a power supply here. And if the light goes on, which it did, boom, the light went on. Now this light, there's the cord there for it, is actually plugged right into that power supply there. Okay, so let's check all 4. If you see the light go on, it's good. 2, 3, 4. Perfect. We got the power supply working beautifully. This is powering the light now. You can see the light. Boom. Okay. So yeah, we got the power supply. It's all cleaned up by shrinking the shrink tubing. I applied a couple, installed a couple of those clips just to hold everything nice and firmly in position so it doesn't move. Okay, now this will bend. Okay, it should be fine up to maybe 5,000 opens and closes, you know. Maybe after 10-15 years this might start cracking here, but you know, it should be fine. That's easy enough to replace, okay? Alright, so power supply is done. Let's move on to the next thing. Okay, boys and girls, so the next step, the next thing I'm going to do here, now this is purely optional. You don't have to do this at all. I just think it adds a nice touch. I'm going to add these 2 guys in. Okay, so these are just your standard on-off toggles. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. So one way's off, another way's on. Okay, so what these are going to be for, I'm going to wire this in series with the light strip for the front of the marquee. So if you're at home and you want it off, the marquee, and just play the games, you can have it off or on. Okay, and the other one's going to be for the lights on all the buttons. Okay, so you could kill all the lights of all the buttons and turn them on. Let's say you don't want them on, they're distracting you. Okay, so I'm actually going to mount them up here, somewhere just above the power supply here. Okay, so I'm thinking of putting them maybe just over here. Okay, so there's the master on-off switch. I'll keep it on the same side up top. Okay, so maybe, you know, I'll keep it in line, nice and straight with it, and put like one here, one there, something like that. Okay, so I'm already starting to prep the light. So you can see here's the wire for the light. So I kind of split up the wires. Okay, I'm going to cut one there, install one side of the cut wire on the top, and the other side of the cut wire on the bottom, and that's going to put a light switch on in between that light and the power supply there. So when the light switch is on, obviously it turns the light on. Okay, so let's drill the holes for those and get these guys soldered in. Yeah, it's going to be a nice little touch. And there they are right there, boys and girls. Okay, so you can see, sorry about the shaky camera, you can see I'm not going to punch those in all the way yet, because when I do, they got these little side pieces that are going to lock it in. So I'll keep those out for now, but those are the 2 holes drilled there, and I just drilled a 3/4 inch hole to allow for these guys. So let's go back to the bottom side where we're going to solder these guys up. At least we're going to do the light for now. Okay, so now we're going to take this wire here, give it a nice cut somewhere around here. Brand new light, make sure the power's off, boys and girls. Okay, we got that cut, give it some slack here. Okay, peel back some of the plastic sheathing on the copper wire. Okay. Give her a nice twist. Make sure she's nice and tight. Okay. And do the same on this side. Okay, boys and girls, I'm just going to twist those guys up. Okay, now it's going to be very hard for you guys to see up there, but there she is there. So now we're just going to connect both sides of this to it. It's a bit of a trick, because it is up in the top of the box there. Okay, all right, there we go. She's wired up to that guy. Let's plug it in and test her out. You guys will see a light come on the inside if it's working. Yep. You guys see the light? That switch is working beautifully. Alright. One last thing to do. So what I'm going to do here now, guys, is I'm actually going to just give it a couple of points of solder. Okay, and then I'm just going to put the other switch in for now, just loose, and then we're not going to wire that up yet, so, okay. Check your work, make sure everything's tight, like that one's still loose. Back to this one. There we go, nice and sturdy, boys and girls. Okay. Well, we can kind of tuck that wire under there. We'll clean it up after, but for now, she's good. Probably put one of those little things there. Zip tie this one back a bit. Clean it up. Okay, since I'm in this corner anyway, boys and girls, what I'm going to do is, you guys remember that switch in the back there? See that switch? That was the on-off, okay? That's never been soldered, okay? So I have the wire that I ran, it's right here. So that's going to turn the power supply on and off of the actual computer. It's going to turn the computer, the PCU, on and off. So while I'm up here and I got the soldering gun out, I'm going to actually take the micro switch out. And I'm going to solder it now while everything's here. It only makes sense to do it now when the soldering gun's all here. Everything's all warmed up. I'm in the mood to solder. Yeah, soldering isn't that hard, guys. You know, I taught myself how to solder. I'm actually very proud of that. Okay? It's not that difficult at all, guys. Actually, we'll do one at a time here. Nice and strong. Make sure there's no movement in your solder. Okay. You want to make sure that after you're done soldering, if you can move that wire around and there's wiggle at the point, you didn't do it right. But that's nice and strong. So that was done perfect. Okay? Perfect. Who's ever played Mortal Kombat and got perfect? Perfect. Probably all have. I'm going to bend this a little bit out more, make it a little bit easier. Doesn't really matter, it's just for the power anyway. Bend a bit coming up. Okay, and there she is. Right there. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. Hey, boys and girls. You guys can see what I'm doing. Let's just make sure. Yeah, you guys can see what I'm doing here. Okay. Alright, there's a close-up of the solder job. Turned out very clean. You always want to give these a wiggle after, okay? Now, pardon me. Most people, they don't really know much about solder, okay? They think that you gotta apply flux and all this shit. That's an old way of doing it. This stuff has the flux built in. See how it says the RA flux right there next to 22 gauge? Right there? So this has flux built in, so the days of solder not sticking, or I don't know, they started mixing it, but this stuff is toxic, okay guys? You gotta be careful, this stuff can cause cancer. Do not breathe in the fumes of solder, okay guys? So yeah, so we got that done, okay? That switch is done. I'm gonna reinstall it up in that corner there, okay? Maybe I'll plug the light in here, make it a little bit easier. It's nice, it's kind of nice having power back here now. Okay, I'll flip the switch. Okay, there we go, that's better. It's kind of nice having power now. And that one's soldered in there real good. Okay, see how they're not moving at the points? That's very important, guys, okay? Oh, I just got a little shock. Live on TV, okay guys. This one over here we're going to leave open for now, okay? That's going to be for the LED lights, okay, in the front of the unit. And it's going to be all wired up here, okay? You can see the switches and everything back there. Actually, guys, I'm pretty impressed that the small form computer that I had, it actually can fit in here. I stood the computer up inside, and it actually fits perfect, like with the door closed and everything. So yeah, you know, I don't know if I'm going to take that apart, you know, and cannibalize it. It's kind of more work for me. It might be a little bit nicer not to take that computer apart and to mount it within, okay? It will look cool that you open it up and you don't see a computer, you just see boards, but you know, if I ever had to move this, that computer alone is probably what, 20-30 pounds? So like, if I could detach that computer and take it in a separate lift, it might actually help me out. Another thing I'm unsure of is this right here, the stereo. I don't know exactly where I'm gonna put it or what I'm gonna do with it. Like, I could definitely mount it like over here, or I can mount it, you know, on the top coming down, you know, I could do that. I can mount it on the side, you know. There's a lot of different places I can mount it, but I would like to make it accessible, you know. I would like to be able to turn the volume up or down wherever. I was thinking in the front of the unit, but that might make it look stupid, you know. You know, I've seen guys where they've actually cut a section of the door out on the bottom around so that this would fit like on the bottom. I don't know about that, you know. I don't know about that. I kind of want to conceal it. I want this job to look as clean as possible, you know. I put a lot of time into this, so, you know, I'm trying not to rush. I'm just trying to do a nice clean job on this, okay guys? Alright, so next, you know what? It's that time. I'm going to wire up the buttons, the LEDs on the buttons, and maybe that might be it for the video today. Okay, and then the next video we will definitely get the computer in, even if it's just as a trial and to test all the buttons, because we're still waiting on the speaker grills here for the other side of the speakers there to clean that up. We're still waiting on the T-molding, okay? That's going to be a while, so until then, at least I can do this, okay guys? Okay guys, what a difference it's been since I put that light switch on, okay? That makes it so easy to light up the top of the marquee there. So next, the final thing we're going to do today is I want to see these buttons all lit up, okay? So I got this stuff. This came with a kit. So that's a Molex connector. Goes right into your computer. Unfortunately, I don't have a computer ready right now, but I do have this guy right here. This is an old computer power supply that I've rigged up for 12 and 5 volts. It's really handy to have around, okay? So at least maybe we can see this lit up. So I'm gonna go around all the buttons with this guy, okay, and get all the negative and positives on the sides of those buttons, and wire it back to the back, and hopefully everything's gonna light up if I do it right. Okay, guys? Okay, guys, hopefully I don't screw this up, okay? So there's just negative and positive, okay? Which is actually, this is 12 volts, okay? So the way I figure is that on each one of these sides, one's a negative, one's a positive. Those are for the LEDs. So I kind of want to start from the furthest point out, which is going to be here. So this should be the positive here. And we're just going to, they supply me the daisy chain to go from one to the other all the way back. Okay, guys? So let's see how this goes. Again, it's just over and over, okay? Should be okay. And maybe I'll just do all the positives first, so I don't get confused. Okay, now here there's a big jump, okay? So we're going to miss one. We're going to skip one of those and go to the next. Okay, you guys see what I'm doing? Okay, now I'm going to continue doing this with the positive, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to do all the negatives. Okay, and I hope that I'm doing this right, guys, because honestly I've never done these light up buttons before. I don't really think it should be that hard, but this is gonna look awesome when it's done, guys, okay? So yeah, next frame, this should be all done, and hopefully with any luck, everything should light up. Alright, okay guys, everything's all wired up. I just continued the daisy chain from one button to another. I took out that power supply that I told you guys I had, because I don't have the PC's not ready yet. So, I haven't even checked this yet. I'm going to flip the switch, and if we see some lights come on, that's a good sign. Okay, here goes nothing. I might blow myself up right now. Fingers crossed. Yeah! Alright! Yeah! Guys, we got the buttons illuminated. Perfect! Look at that. Wow. That looks great, guys. You know what? The camera, looking at the camera, okay, it doesn't do justice, okay, guys? These are the deepest, richest blue color that you can imagine, okay? I don't know, trying to catch it. There you go. There's the color that we're seeing right there, okay? Not that other color. Actually, it's a little bit darker blue than that, okay? And you can see how it's lighting up. Sorry for the camera angle, guys, but it's really bad. But you can see how it lights up the symbol, sorry. There you go. There we go, guys. Sorry, with the lights, it's really hard with the cameras. You can see how they light it up. And these are all looking kind of green on the camera, but they're not. They're like legit a nice blue. I'm trying to get a good camera angle, guys. There we go. Okay, but that looks a little greenish though. These are actually like perfectly blue. This is looking friggin' awesome, guys. This build is looking really good. Okay, I just turned the marquee on. Let's take a step back and let's take a look at our work, guys. Wow, you guys can't see it because of the lighting. Proves to be a problem with video. I didn't know it would be this big of a problem, guys. Let's see if I can make something work here. There you go, guys. She is looking absolutely beautiful. Man, I should have put these light up buttons on my other one. Like, you know, they were about, I don't know, $40-50 more for the setup. But you know what, guys, they're so well worth it. And with those daisy chains now, I have a couple 12-volt power supplies that I can tap into, like if I wanted to, for fans or whatever. But yeah, this is frigging looking great, guys. I gotta get the lights on a switch, on the other switch that we installed up top. But yeah, okay, guys. This actually concludes episode 5 of the Bartop build. Please, guys, if you guys haven't seen the other episodes, take a look at those, okay? Take a look at some of my other videos. There's a lot of good content on my channel, okay? Look at this. This is looking phenomenal, guys. I can't wait to start, like, let's start ripping some games on this. Like, this is getting close, okay? So yeah, so next step, probably going to wire up the buttons to the circuit board. You remember that circuit board I showed you guys? Okay, wire that up and hook up the computer. Okay, we're still waiting on the T-molding. We're still waiting on the grills to go in front of these speakers here. Okay, just to clean those up. But this is looking phenomenal, guys. Guys, I want to say thank you very much for watching. Okay, guys, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. This is Retro Pro Frank, and I'm out. Guys, thanks for watching the video. If you guys like this video, go ahead and press the like button below. And you guys can leave some comments below in the comment section of the video. Please share this video on Facebook pages to your friends and family. As well as, if you guys like this video, please subscribe. This is Retro Pro Frank. Thanks for watching. I'm out.